Hey man, what do you think's gonna happen? You know? You reject somebody and expect them to just not reject you back whenever you want to come back. You think that's how it's gonna play out? You think that's how it's gonna go down? Probably not. It's funny, man, the situations that I was in the past. Few situations, you know? It's funny. Because some people in this world think there's no consequences to the things that they do. They think they can just do whatever they want, get over on whoever they want. But, you know, when you deal with a guy like me, I can't speak for you guys, but when you deal with a guy like me, it's not going to go over the way you want it to go. Because I'm going to see through your actions. You're either going to be deserving or you're not going to be deserving at all. So, I'm not going to give you what you want if you don't deserve it. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good looking you are, how bad you are. I don't care. I've rejected girls to their grade 12 prom. And it's funny because they definitely did not see it coming from a mile away, because let's be real, there's not a lot of females, let alone real good looking females, who's going to ask you to go to prom with them. Don't usually happen. Don't. But it happened to me. And you got rejected because of something you did a few months prior to that. Which is not something I'm really going to get into, but you did what you did, so I did what I did. Fair game, right? And the funny thing is, guys, is these individuals, I'm just making an example out of this video. These individuals that think they can just run game on everybody, nothing's ever going to go wrong for them. They're just going to do as they go, do as they please, whatever. They think nothing can possibly go wrong until they get a real one in their face that will reject them if they're undeserving. There's a part of me that probably wants to go to that prom. Not doing it because of what you did. I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. I'm going to take you down to earth. And when you do things like this to females, bro, it does something to them. It teaches them a little lesson. Because they're used to, especially these very pretty girls out there running around. The world is usually their oyster. They usually don't get told no. But when they do, it does something to them. Like I said, they get taught a lesson. And they never want to feel that way again. So they're more careful. They stop doing such things as much as they were doing it, at least. They're more careful. And these are the same individuals that can't handle rejection. So it's okay for them to do it to you. It's okay for anybody else to do it to you. And it's fun. But when the time comes back, when the tables turn, they can't handle it. And the reactions of the whole situation is just priceless. To see how mad they got, but it's like, haha, gotcha, bitch. You know what I mean? It's just funny, because they can't handle it. What they did, like I said, was perfectly fine, but when it comes back the other way around, they can't handle it. I don't know what's going on right now with my hearing, bro, but I don't know if my voice sounds weird. I can't hear. I don't know what ear I can't hear right now at one of my ears. I don't know what's going on. It's like, I don't know. But anyway, you do the time, you do the crime. You do the crime, you do the time. I love humbling people, bro. I love doing it. It brings satisfaction to me to humble those who think they can just do whatever they want to anybody else with no repercussions. And I've done it many, many times in many, many different situations to many, many, many different people. And it brings me joy and satisfaction. As crazy as that may sound, I love doing it. Simply because I despise people who think they can run around and do whatever they want with no consequences. You are not my cup of tea. I do not like you. I do not like these people. And I love to see the look on their face when they're in a position where they're rejected, where they're humbled, where something just brings them back down to earth. There's nothing more than I love than doing that. Because they need to be taught these lessons, because they've never been taught these lessons yet, it seems as if. Because, let's be honest, a young, pretty girl, we're talking about, you guys know what I'm talking about. The young females who are top tier females who look the best. They can basically run around and do whatever they want. Let's not kid ourselves. They pretty much can. But when you can be that person that can do something, and you're in a position where you can humble them, it's priceless. Because you see all the power they had just kind of diminish whenever you do that. There could be one person that can humble them. And when it's you, it's damn hilarious. Because they can't handle it. Because they're used to getting over on everybody else. They can do whatever they want. They can split up a whole friends group. They can date this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, all in the same friends group at different times. And end up having everybody fight each other. And shit like that. It's just wild. What young, attractive females can really do. I'm telling you guys now. If you guys think this is a lie, there's something wrong with you. Or you just haven't experienced something like this before. Because they do have a lot of power. I'm not even going to lie to myself. They do have a lot of power. They have a lot of leverage. Because a lot of guys want what they got. And you guys already know what they want. Guys want to smash. Girls run around Earth, bro, having something that guys want. And women have a lot of power because of this. But if you have self-discipline, as I do, you're not going to give away your power to them because you understand it. You're so self-disciplined. You're not feeding their egos. You're not feeding, like, it's all false anyways, is what it really is. You want something so damn bad, you're willing to relinquish your power to a female. You have virtually nothing. And most guys are like that. Most guys have virtually nothing. They're actually more attracted to a guy that won't do that. Which is going to put you in a position where they're actually going to approach you. Because they're not used to seeing guys like yourself. But let's be real. All these females are running around. They have something that God has given them. What a lot of guys want. Not a lot. Pretty much every guy wants. Pretty much every guy wants. And they run around with this. And they use it to their advantage. They use it to their advantage so much. And it's going to work on guys with no self-discipline, no self-control. This is what we call women who pussy whip these guys. It happened to me before, but I learned my lessons. Do you think it's going to continue to happen to me? No, because I'm a pretty smart dude. And I'm not going to continue to put myself in those positions. Not going to happen. If a female has power over me, I'm not a very powerful person. And a lot of guys don't look at it like that, but it's true. If you're always giving your power away to a female, you are not a very powerful person. If I talk to, let's say, a new female and she's giving me a hard time, she's playing hard to get, she's doing this, she's doing that, I'm not going along with this. Because the longer I do, the more I'm feeding her my power. She has this satisfaction that this guy wants me, I'm the shit. Look at him, chasing me. Nah, not gonna happen. If I'm talking to a new female, let's say, I'll put in a certain amount of effort. And if I feel that I have to give away my power just to keep talking to this person, it's not going to happen. It's coming to a quick end. And that's when they had this sense of urgency about themselves, like, oh my God, I'm losing him. Which I felt many times from many different females that I've talked to. Like, seriously. Not just talk to, like, seriously talk to. Like, trying to make things happen, trying to make something work, like that. And I get to a point where I don't care, because when you play that game and when I see who you are, I don't even want to deal with you anyways. Because you're a head case. And you're the same type of female that loves to gain power off other dudes. Just because you have something they want and you know that and you use that to your advantage. I can't respect that. It is what it is. I don't respect it. I'm not gonna play that game. I'm not going to be involved in that. Men are the prize. As far as I'm concerned, women are fighting for our last name, not the other way around. We're not fighting for your last name. You're fighting for our last name. You get the value by us putting a ring on your finger. You get the value. What do we get? You get the value. You get the house. You get things paid for. It's our last name is what you are fighting for. So, and this is a high value dude's mindset. Not these low tier dudes who's desperate for every piece of pussy that walks in sight. Because these women are using that as leverage and as power. Something God has given them. Something that they've been given since birth. And I ain't gonna give you the time of day. Because that's just pathetic. Pathetic. You give away all your power that you have as a man for some cat? When you think of it this way, it's ridiculous, bro. The things people are doing today. The mindset that young dudes have today is beyond me. Like, oh my God, bro. The way you think. The way guys think. Some guys, every single thing they do is for the female. Every single thing they do in their life is for the female. You live your life to be cool for a female. Like, bro. And it's these young dudes. Once you have some experience, you start to begin to realize, like, wow. Because essentially, and I'll even admit myself, when you're young, females have so much power over you, bro. Majority of them. But as time goes on, as you start to get a bit older, the power reverses. Older men have power. And not older. But let's say once you hit about 25 and you're making your way towards 30 and towards 35, the power starts to shift drastically. Because women love to play their little games at the young age that they're at. But then they have to start to act right when they get a little bit older because they know their time's coming to an end. They know that. The tables are going to start to turn. They need a man now. They need to settle now. They need a ring now. They need kids now. They don't want to get too old. That's why the power shifts. Men start to have power and leverage as time goes on. Women have it young. Men have it older. That's why, I've seen what I've saw at a young age, and I didn't live a lot of my life allowing them to have power over me. I've already admitted I was in certain situations when I was a younger dude where I gave away my power because I didn't even know what was happening because I had no experience. But you live and you learn. Some guys never learn. Some guys continuously give away their power over and over again because they have no experience and they're too stupid to learn. So, I've learned these things before I was at a high school, which is crazy. That's very young. Most guys don't. And you actually become so much more attractive as a male when you understand things. You're not easy to get as a male because most are. Most women can walk by you and they got you and they know it just by the way you look at them. But when you're a male and you're hard to get, as these young females are, you're very appealing to them now. Very appealing. Because you're not like all the other guys. And this is how it is. It's really all a game. It's all ego. It's all stupidity, to be honest. I don't even care. But it is what it is. These things, they happen the way they happen. It is what it is. And it's up to you to not put yourself in that position where you're just getting played. You're losing power. You want to gain you want to keep your power as a man and just keep adding on to your power and just become more and more powerful. I'll tell you what, in life sucks when you're powerless. It sucks. You have like nothing. Things just suck. Whoever says having power is you're evil or you're bad or this or that or that or this is fucking lying. Having power is huge in life. It's huge for yourself. It's huge for confidence. It's huge for everything. Why do you think a lot of these women are power hungry? Because they feel real good. But the thing is, they steal their power from other people most of the time by having what they have that all these guys want. They steal all these guys' power. They don't care. You can gain power in different ways. It's unfortunate, but women gain power this way most of the time. Guys gain power in different ways because they don't have the same qualifications as a woman has. They don't gain power the same way. The way a man gains power, the way a woman gains power, usually is very different. And that's a fact. So when you stay in your lane as a man, you gain your own power the right ways. You're gonna be very appealing to these females. They can't help it. They like what they like. They're attracted to what they're attracted to, and that'll just so happen to be you when you do things the right way. But when you just so easily give up your power to them, and they know it in their mind that you will bow down to them. You're like their little toy. You're like their little cuck bitch. They're not going to respect that. They're going to use you and abuse you. They're not going to give a shit. That's what happens. It happened to me. And I made sure it never happened again. And even if something... There's still a lot of people that like to try to play games. I don't let that proceed. Once a woman thinks in her head that she can have power over me, she can gain power over me, or that she's more significant than me, I'm going to bring her down to earth real quick. She's going to get cut off. And now she's going to be in a panic because she's losing something that she knows deep down inside is pretty good for her. I put that fear into them. You have to put that fear into them. As crazy as it may sound, it is the truth. And they're going to start to play all these games when that happens, and it's pathetic. I can't even, man. I can't even do it. I'm way too past all that shit. I can't even do that, man. It's childish. It's sickening. It's pathetic, is what it is. It just goes to show me how much more value I have over these chicks that even try to sometimes play a game with me. You are not on my level, bitch. You are not. Let me bring you down to earth. Let me make you shed a few tears like you deserve. Because no one's done this to you. Let me do this to you. It's a good thing for you. The whole world don't revolve around you. I don't care what anybody, oh, I'm such a bad person for saying this. God, strike me with lightning right now. Come on, man. But no, they're the good ones. They're the good ones doing these things. They're the saints. No. We're trying to make them better people. At the end of the day, you need a little bit of pain. You need to get humbled a little bit. You need to shed a few tears to realize that you're not as great as you think you are. Your head's just huge from gaining all this power off these low-life dudes. To be completely honest. Don't say I didn't tell you. This is how it is, man. It's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't nothing like this. I would like, man, connections, relationships, friendships, all these things should not be hard. But people in the world today are power hungry for the wrong reasons. It's okay to gain a lot of power and to stay in your own lane, but when you're screwing over other people to gain power, you're a scumbag piece of shit. I don't care if you're a male, a female, whatever the fuck. You're a scumbag piece of shit. You deserve to be exposed. You deserve to shed a few tears like the little bitch that you are. And I love to be the one that's doing it. I love it. Because I want you to know how much you are not shit. You think you're shit because you have something between your legs? You can gain power off a bunch of other little weasels that don't understand nothing. But when a real one comes your way, you're going to shed a few tears because you're going to realize how worthless you really are. As mean as that sounds, oh, I'm so mean. It's true. Let's bring you down to earth. Let's make you shed a few tears and hopefully humble yourself to make your life eventually greater. Because that's what it's going to do. These things need to happen to certain people, guys. It really does. It really, really does. Because if you're gaining power off others, you're a scumbag. If you're gaining power, if you're a female, off others to make your head huge, you're a scumbag. I don't care what anybody says. I'm out.